Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection lawyer. And I want to talk to you today about this idea. It's really a myth in the credit repair world that you should never dispute more than 5 items at a time. And then some people will add to that and they'll say, and on each item, no more than 1 or 2 reasons. And when you just hear that, you go, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, if I have 17 false items, why would I only dispute 5? Or however many items I have, if each one of them has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 errors per item, why would I only dispute 2 or 3 or whatever the latest guru says? Well, the reason that doesn't make sense is because it doesn't make sense. It's just stupid. If I can be very blunt, it's just stupid to do that. So why do these sort of gurus out there say this? And when I say gurus, definitely quoted. These are people that say that they know a lot about the FCRA. But there's a big difference between those that actually know what the FCRA says, Fair Credit Reporting Act, and those that just talk about it and are really in the business of trying to get you to sign up for monthly fees. Okay? And so the truth of the matter is that these credit repair places want you to stay in their program longer. And if you look at any of these sort of credit repair software, gurus, they talk about, here's such a phenomenal business. You charge $100 per month. If you get 10 people, that's $1,000. You get 100, that's $10,000 of revenue every month, recurring revenue. If you get 1,000, it's $100,000 a month. And you keep them in your program for 6, 9, 12 months. In other words, the longer you keep them, the more money you make. That's really what it's about. So how do they justify this idea of only dispute 5 or no more than 2 sort of errors per account? Well, they say if you do more than that, the credit bureaus will slap you down and say, that's frivolous. And you don't want that. That's terrifying. It's garbage. Okay? If you are legitimately disputing, so unlike a lot of credit repair places that are, like, I know it's my account, but I put in there, I do not recognize this account. What is that? That's stupid. Okay, don't lie in your dispute letter. Make it legitimate. Make it real. If you list every account that has errors in it, and you list every error on every account, and Equifax gets that, and you can prove that they got it, so certified mail or do it online, and I talked about this in yesterday's video, do a screen record, okay, if you're going to do an online dispute. But if they get that and they go, nah, we're not even going to investigate, we deem this to be frivolous. Well, they better be right. If it's not frivolous, then they just blew the entire investigation. If it's not frivolous, they violated on every single account the requirement that they notify the furnisher of information. They just blew it. Okay. And so how do we know if it's frivolous? Well, is it like made up stuff? Is it garbage? Or are these legitimate disputes? Have you gone through and said, hey, Experian, on my Capital One account, you say I was late in October 2018 by 30 days. Equifax says I was current. Which one is it? That's not frivolous. That's very legitimate. Okay? Like, hey, you guys have different high balances, different open dates or close dates, or hey, here's my check where I paid this off 2 years ago. Why is it showing a balance now? That's not frivolous. That's real. That's exactly what the Fair Credit Reporting Act is designed for. So if you do that, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, they just go, nope, we're not even going to investigate it. Buddy, they got problems. Okay, they got major, major problems when they do that. So they are not typically going to do that unless they really think this is frivolous. Now, sometimes there's this myth that says, well, if you're using credit repair, the credit bureaus can just reject your disputes and they don't have to look. That's not true. They have to. The only way they can reject them is if they are frivolous, whether they come from you or a credit repair place. And they have to tell you within 5 days of that. Okay. And again, they better be right when they make that determination. So here's a way to think about it. Imagine that I'm in this terrible car wreck and I've got 17 things wrong with me. Okay. I mean, major stuff. And I go to the emergency room and they're like, wow, we got to fix this collapsed left lung and internal bleeding, and you have head trauma, and you have this, and a broken femur, and this. And I go, whoa, 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 whoa. Just 5 things, guys. I want to come back next month and do 5 more. I just want to walk around with a broken leg no, we don't do that. Okay. Why would we want to have false credit reporting any longer than we need to? And here's the thing. Does this stuff really take 6 or 9 months? No. Here's how long it takes. You do a proper dispute, whether that's you or you find a legitimate credit repair place or you come to a lawyer that does this type of work. You do the dispute and you send it out. And then in about 30 days, you're going to get a response. Well, what's the response? We fixed it. Great. We deleted the item. Hey, that's great. Or we're not going to delete the item. We're verifying it. Well, if it's a legitimate dispute and they are required to fix it or delete it and they don't do it, you sue them. Now, maybe you give them one more chance, so you do another dispute. So now they have another 30 days. But at the end of that, I mean, we're talking like 60, 75 days here. They don't fix it. Well, then you sue. Okay? Now, again, I come from a different perspective. A lot of credit repair places, I'm not talking about the ones that do what's called a pay for delete, because then they're motivated to delete the stuff. That's how they get paid. But the ones on a monthly fee, sometimes there's a motivation to kind of drag it out. That's not my motivation. My motivation is dispute it. Does it get fixed? Great. I have a happy client. I don't make any money, but I have a happy client. It doesn't get fixed. Maybe we dispute it again, or maybe we just sue. And when we sue and we've done a legitimate dispute, we can prove the bureaus received it. We can prove that the bureaus and the furnishers of information should have fixed it and they didn't fix it. Then they're in a world of hurt in that lawsuit. And so that's great for my client. So again, just this idea of, only 5 disputes or only 2 items. You got to save some of your disputes per item to do round 2 or round 3 or round 4. I mean, I'd see people talk about like, well, what do I do on round 11? I'm like, round 11? What are you talking about? I mean, dispute it. It gets fixed or it doesn't get fixed. Maybe dispute it again, and then you sue unless there's some really, really good reason. Maybe you're in the middle of trying to get a mortgage. I mean, there can be reasons to delay it, but dispute it once or twice or 3 times if you're feeling really generous, and then sue. And so it just, look, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm sure the credit repair guys out there are like, oh, John doesn't know what he's talking about. And, you should, okay, that's fine. I mean, that's what I do for a living in terms of suing companies for this. So I think I know what I'm talking about. But in any event, obviously you make your own decision, kind of whose suggestions or model you want to follow. But I would suggest that you at least look at the idea of do a super valid dispute, not this garbage sort of generic credit repair where it's like, please verify this account. What does that even mean? I don't recognize this account. Well, you got there, the Capital One card is in your wallet and you've been paying on it for 8 years and you put in the credit repair dispute letter, I don't recognize this account. What is that? That's frivolous, okay? But finding actual errors and pointing those out, that is not frivolous. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So I hope that this is helpful to you, and I will step down off my soapbox now. And I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Okay, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.